I thought we were going to talk about kayaking or animals or, well, whatever.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So you have a good time?
I'll tell you what, Dave's been trying to get me to come out. You've been trying to get me to come out on this trip for probably 3 summers now.
Yep.
And this summer work was workable and funds were somewhat workable, and I said, let's do it. And I am so glad. I've mentioned it before, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is one of the best trips I've taken in my life that I can even remember.
Well,
so,
that's awesome, and you're good at going out on limbs, so
thank you.
That means even more.
I did that today, actually, didn't I?
Yes, you were. How many times were you up in trees on this trip?
Oh, every tree I've seen, I've climbed. You see those? All those? I've climbed them all, yes.
Well, you've been up a few of them. And you crossed, well, we kind of did that tree slacklining.
The slackline on the tree. Dave did it. Dave did better than I did. It's true. No, this has been absolutely awesome. But now somebody that's experienced it, you've done this before. What do you think? How does this measure up?
Well, this is the best trip we've had.
Incredible.
Why?
What's been so good
the
about
animals, you guys, the company, Trever and Scott were awesome. We had great weather, and just we covered an incredible territory. I mean, the route we took was probably pretty hard to top anywhere in the world. So that's all good stuff, and great chatter about diabetes, and hopefully we'll encourage some people about diabetes through this, and encourage some more people to come next year.
You know what I'm going to say? There's something when I'm with my family, and we're and I'll need to test my blood sugar or whatever. And I think I've mentioned this to you before, but it's something I really appreciate. I'll get a blood sugar that in my mind I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. It'll be like after a meal or after a day of having a bunch of 250s or something, and I'll get like a 150, and I'll be like, finally I got a 150, and somebody in my family or a good friend of mine will be like, 150, you're high, because somewhere they've heard that that your blood sugar is supposed to be between 80 and 120 or 90 and 110 or whatever else. And I don't know exactly. I mean, I understand that they don't totally understand, and I take that with a grain of salt. But it's really nice, and it's been really cool to be around with you, Dave, and to and to hear your perspective on we're more concerned about trends. I've heard you say several times, and when we see a 150, we're like 150. That's cool. I'm not gonna throw open a bag of chocolate and go crazy, but that's pretty cool, and we can relate to each other on that. And I think that's something that's been really cool, is having somebody here this last week or so that I've been able to relate to, somebody that knows really what I'm going through as much, maybe even more than I know what I'm going through, and so that's really cool. And that's just one thing, but that's a cool thing to hang around and
ditto,
be able to do together.
At this end too, totally, to hang out with somebody and just be able to talk, just all about the disease, all about life, about adventures. We all go through this, so it's good to share, and it's good to get as many people involved as possible. We're out.
We're like 100% out.
100% out.
Oh.
So good. That was awesome. And we can